Yo, what up? After 6 months of basically just f***ing around, I finally uploaded a new video on my main channel, Jabril's. It's essentially about what if all Shark Tank episodes were just bad ideas. It's a great time, go watch it, check it out. But this video is about me reading some of the comments that were left on that video and kind of discussing a little bit about the aftermath of that video. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So first comment we have here is support Jabril's manga right now. Yes. Sensei Yasir, thank you for the support. We got the manga. I'm not going to do much promo, but go to hexword.io. I was there with Ree. For those of you who aren't familiar, at the end of the video, I like to cut off with the middle of a sentence. I'm going to do a little spoiler. So the actual sentence that I say before it gets cut off is I was there with Riz. Everyone who was there, I told them to comment, and this is what that first part is about. But the actual comment says, Cat Pizza Wills is still champion in my mind. Looking forward to see more. I watch way more AI content than I should already and need some diversity. Cat Pizza Wills was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, Cat Pizza Wills is like high bar. I don't know if it beat Fire Alarm Muffler, but it was high bar. And looking to see more. I'm gonna get into this a bit later, but I'm hesitant to say that I'm back, but I am back. I have not been uploading much for the past couple of years, and this is partly due to, you know, getting a little burned out, if you will, getting a little tired of the YouTube grind, and I wanted to start other projects that I've always wanted to do, so I did a manga and a video game. Ultimately, more AI content should be on the way. Now all you need is an automated live stream where the chat can suggest topics and vote on the best. Funny enough, this was kind of like my original idea when I first thought of like this as a video. It was heavily inspired by the Nothing Forever project, and I wanted to just like have a endless Shark Tank episodes play on a live stream, and I possibly could have achieved that if I would have kept it like the first version that I showed in the video. That's just like the 3D avatars, but it just was super lackluster, and Python was far more powerful for this task. So unfortunately, to generate the actual episodes that you end up seeing in the video, they cost about like an hour or two in time to generate. So it's basically impossible to generate those in real time on a live stream. But maybe in the future, maybe I'll think of another implementation for some future project. Who knows? I kind of really like the Unity one. The straight faces while they argued was killing me. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. I think there was like some comedy element to the first version, the Unity version. I think it's kind of like the draw to the Nothing Forever project, but I don't know. I just felt like it'd be funnier if you can actually hear like the voices of the sharks, you know, do their back and forths and whatnot. I don't know. I am glad that I didn't just stop at the Unity one, but I'm glad you got some entertainment out of it. I'd want to see my cat sitting on a pizza was the funniest line. Yeah, that line was very unexpected. So I've watched over probably 50, 75 different AI generated Shark Tank episodes, and that line was like very surprising. I don't know, there's something about like the delivery and the timing of it all. It just like was very surprising to me to see that pivot in the episode. Great moment indeed. Lamau, bro, this is hilarious. Baby's first handgun. Shouts to whoever commented that. I don't remember your name, but shouts to you. Amazing idea. Unfortunately, the episode generator did not do your episode justice at all. It's pretty underwhelming in my personal opinion. Please collab with Code Bullet. It's the crossover the world needs in these desperate times. I think that'd be a really fun project. But you know, the problem oftentimes with doing collaborations from like computer science to computer science or programming to programming, coder to coder, I don't know, is, you know, oftentimes like when I'm making a project, I have like my own code base, my own way of doing things, right? Code Bullet, when he does this, he has his own code base, his own way of doing things. And then that like coming into the middle is like really difficult to solve. It would be a lot of work for me to like give him my code and then like, hey, add on to this. And so just like, it's just a matter of like finding like what would fit well, or we can both like kind of code independently and still collaborate. Otherwise it's like, hey, you coded this thing and I'm just gonna feature you in the video. But yeah, who knows, maybe one day. What software are you using for the voice cloning? Maybe you mentioned it and I missed it. I don't think I actually mentioned this in the video. Somehow I skipped mentioning that. I used a little GitHub library called Tortoise TTS. Search it on Google, you can't miss it. Great library, has a bunch of capabilities from if you want to do something simple or like train your own model. I highly recommend it. My widescreen monitor loves this aspect ratio. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. I watched this one video on YouTube a couple of months ago and it had like a super wide aspect ratio. And I was like, yo, I love the way this makes me feel. And also, I didn't even know that YouTube supported that. I thought it would just like add black bars and keep it 16:9, but no, it stretched it out. And I was like, this is beautiful. And so I looked up what the aspect ratio was, and I just decided to make it for my next video, and I'm probably gonna use it moving forward. And the final comment, last but not least, don't leave again. Yeah, listen, I love YouTube. What a great segue, by the way. I love YouTube. YouTube is such an amazing platform. It's done so much for my life. It continues to do so much for my life as well. I don't think I realized it in the moment, but I do think that I got a little burned out from making YouTube content, especially during the pandemic. That drove me to create a couple of side projects. I wanted to make an anime, so I started investing in that and looking into that, and then it evolved into a manga project when I learned it's way too expensive to make an anime outright. And then I also started a little video game project that kind of went with the anime, kind of. Listen, it's a lesson I learned. That stuff takes a lot of time. You know, when you're managing different people to get your vision right, next thing you know, like 2 months turns into 2 years, you know. And so I apologize for my absence. I don't want to say I'm back, even though I'm telling myself that I am, just because I don't want to jinx anything. But I have shifted to spending 60 hours a week on the YouTube operation again. So you should be seeing a lot more stuff from me for the rest of the year and, you know, until infinity. I've learned a lot of lessons, and I'm ready to get back on that content grind, baby.